everybody. How's everyone doing tonight? Check out my narc-free hat. Let's all be narc-free. Who wants to be narc-free? Me. Bossa Nova, what's up? Corey Bug, hey there, my educator, my savior. Am I? That's sweet. That's a sweet thing to say. Ooh, thank you. Famous Grapes with the cowboy hat. Thank you. Welcome. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. My name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and I'm also a life coach. And I've been healing from narcissistic abuse for the last 3 years, and I help other people heal in the same way as I'm healing. And yes, I got my Wu-Tang crop top on tonight. Incredible information. It's like you're explaining before it happens. You know what? I just want you to feel prepared, and I want you to feel like you can conquer this. You can heal from this. So let's just begin. My name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor. I'm a life coach, and I help you heal from narcissistic abuse. I offer one-on-one coaching, group coaching, as well as merch, narc-free. I know I can't really show you if I can. It says narc-free. I'm not going to flip the hat, but it is a snapback hat, so pretty cool, pretty stylish. If you guys want something like this, or a shirt, or a hoodie, or coffee mugs, or a tumbler, go check out the link in my bio, and you can get yourself set up with the narc-free Rollercoaster crew gear. Okay, guys? I want you guys to be winning. I want you guys narc-free, and I want you to feel really good about yourselves, okay? Because a narcissist makes you feel so shitty about yourself. Am I right? How do I move on? Someone's asking when you're starting to miss them. So I want you to know something. You can miss the narcissist. It is okay. Okay, it's okay to miss the narcissist. You can be kind to yourself and allow yourself to miss the narcissist. You love the hat, want a hoodie? Get a hoodie. Get a hoodie. They are unisex. I'm going to be adding a men's line so men's t-shirts. So you can wear a men's t-shirt as well. But trendy with trauma. I want you to know something. You're allowed to miss the narcissist. You're 100% allowed to miss the narcissist, okay? Allow yourself to miss a person or a thought or a fantasy or the dream or just this this idea that you had of this person, right? I want you to say it's okay to miss the person that you thought you loved. You miss what you put in. Do you miss the abuse? Do you miss them abusing you? Right? Do you miss them treating you like shit? Do you miss all of that? No, you don't miss that. You miss the good stuff. You miss the fake stuff. You miss the fake person that they promised to be. Love my TikToks. Thank you. Should we block them? Well, yeah. I think we should block them. Okay, guys? Who here has had a narcissist in their life that has caused them some grief, some problems? Who here has an issue with a narcissist? Overthinking, by the way, does not hurt a relationship. Overthinking is something you cannot control. Okay, guys, so let's say, yes, someone has had a narcissist fuck with your life, has a narcissist made you feel like shit. Every time you have this narcissist showing up on your social media, showing up in your life, showing up and giving you problems, issues, making you feel like shit, every time they're there, me probably anyway, if you can block them, why not? Right? Do we put insect repellent on when we go camping? Do we put on mosquito repellent so that the mosquitoes don't bite us? Yeah, we block those mosquitoes from coming at us. Do we put sunblock on so that we don't get a sunburn? Yeah. If we can block a narcissist, this pest that keeps bothering us, that keeps burning us, why wouldn't we block them? Why wouldn't we block them, right? Mine told me today he won't sign the divorce papers until I unblock his socials. Dead. What is that? What is that tactic? Why do they do that? You blocked him an hour ago. Okay, guys, let's go say, who's blocking the narcissist in their life today? Who wants to be narc-free? Hands up if you're ready to be narc-free. Hands up. Put your hands in the air like you just don't care. Who wants to be narc-free and start blocking their ass? Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. Hey, babe, what's up, Brittany? Yeah, you blocked him an hour ago. I freaking love that. Brittany's in the house with the love badge. Thank you, girl. I got some love badges in here. Me, Jimmy. How's it going, my friends? Yeah, you want to block these narcissists. Why? Because this guy. Because they are going to burn you like the sun. Okay? When you are out in the sun, you want to put some sunblock on, right? When you're out camping and there's those pesky little mosquitoes that just try to get at you and bite you and suck all your blood, suck you dry from all your energy, you want to put mosquito repellent on because you don't want these narcs flying around you, right? Narc-free life. Block them. Now, I have 3 kids with the narcissist that I married. So I understand it's not so easy to be blocking, Denise and Maria, it's not so easy to be blocking narcissists, especially when they're intertwined in your life. You're sharing kids with them. You are still working on a divorce. You might even still be living with some narcissists. Sometimes they're your parents. I totally get it, okay? I'm not trying to spit out some information and make you feel like you're, you can't do it, because I understand that it's not so easy to leave a narcissist, number one. It's not so easy to just block narcissists like that. It's not so easy to just go no contact. It's not so easy to just move out. It's not so easy to just leave. And anyone who says to you, if you're in this abusive relationship and they just say to you, why don't you just leave, and they try to victim shame you that way, understand that I get that it's not easy to do that. But if you want something bad enough, and I always say I get what I want. I always get what I want. Not from a cocky, arrogant perspective, but because I work really hard at everything that I want. And if I'm working really hard to get it, I don't stop until I get it. So being no contact with the narcissist that I married, I kept going when it came to wanting to be no contact. It took me 2 years. Thank you, Mitch, for the likes. It took me 2 years almost, close to 2 years. And I'm almost 3 years separated from this man. And we'll call him a guy. I finally was able to block him on December 18th, 2021. So he's been blocked for almost a year. It took me 1.5 years, 2 to 2 years to say, I've had enough. And I planned it because I wanted it so badly. So I had to wait for a few things. So who here is still married to a narcissist, or has a financial tie with a narcissist, or shares children with the narcissist and wants to block them? Hands up if you have a narcissist in your life that you either married, have a financial tie with, have children, and you want to block them. Me. Medical children, yes. You want to block them from everything, but you already blocked Jimmy James. You on the money. Hello, Ro. You brave for us for sure. You brave for yourselves, peeps, right? Okay, everybody has. Some of us here have narcissists in their lives that they just can't get rid of that pesky pest. Can't get rid of that mosquito, and you wish you could just put the mosquito repellent on and say, get the fuck away from me. And not everybody can block them. JJ, amazing that you can block them. Blocked for 4 months. Me. Blocked but still stalked. Yes. Yeah, you know it. So everybody here has had difficulties with narcissists. For the people who have financial ties, and I told you before, there are 3 ways that narcissists like to trap you. And these are the 3 ways that keep us from blocking them as well. 1, they get kids with you. You have kids with them, right? And then you are stuck with them for not just 18 years, you guys, not just when the kids turn 18. It's their weddings. It's you're grandparenting with the narcissist, basically, right? Like, they're in your life for life. I hate to say it, but we can manage it and we can cope around it and compensate from them being abusive towards us, right? We can just block them. So yes, children is one. Number two is the financial stuff. So they'll maybe buy a house with you. They'll maybe invest in a business with you, to try to be a business partner with you and try and do all this weird shit to try to get you connected to them financially. And then the third thing is marriage. So narcissists like to have these side supplies and then the main supply. Unfortunately, for some of you, you're the main supply. You're the one that they will do everything to get you to get trapped forever. You're the one that they want to marry, that they want to have the kids with. You're the one that they put all of their energy into. Even if they have all these side supplies everywhere else, you're the one that you're going to be the focus forever. And it is hell. Right? It is hell because you will always be that one. They will treat you like that toy that they own, their first car, their first cell phone, their first expensive watch. You're that toy, that shiny toy that they'll never live up to. No one will ever live up to it, but they'll still try to get supply everywhere else. So if you're that person, it's going to be really difficult for you to block them. I get that. I totally get that. Okay, so for me, when I wanted to do that, what I did was I put a plan in place. I help you leave the narcissist, and if you're trying to leave the narcissist, you can get an exit strategy plan with me. You can work with me one-on-one. Anyone who's just popping in here, anyone who's coming in new, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor, and I'm also a certified life coach. I help you heal from narcissistic abuse and help you trust yourself and step out into the world again, especially in dating, especially in finding your confidence and being in power for yourself again, really taking your power back and trusting yourself to be free, fully expressed, and enjoying your freedom. That's what I do. I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching. And as a reminder, if you want to sign up for October 23rd, go to the link in my bio, sign up for October 23rd monthly group coaching. It is an amazing group with a bunch of really great like-minded people, and we sit and we chat about what's going on in our lives, and there's a topic, I facilitate it. We talk about narcissistic abuse, and it's a really great opportunity for you to, one, be in community, two, share what you're going through, three, you can help somebody else by what you share. You looked for the group in October, but you didn't see the link. So Mandy, go to the link in my bio under group coaching, and you can register there, or you can just go to my website. It's rollercoasteroflove.ca. So I want you to really think about this. We are stuck with these narcissists not because we chose them, but because they chose us. They not only chose us, but they mirrored us. They not only mirrored us, but they love bombed us to make us trust them. Hey Sky, what's up, girl? They made us trust them. They made us love them. They made us believe them. Who they are as a person, who they are as a human being was just a facade. It was a fake. It was a dream. It was nothing. It was just poof, not reality. So what we have to recover from was the fake facade that they pretended to be. Once we decide that they're a piece of shit, they're trash, and we don't want them in our lives anymore, what we have to do is block them. We were their prey. Exactly. So what we need to do is not only make a plan to leave them, which I can help you with, it's called an exit strategy, but we also have to come up with ways to be in fully no contact. I would have loved that convo I had the other night with a friend. You would have loved the convo you had with so you had a friend with a conversation with a friend I would have loved. I love conversations. You can share that with me later. So, first step, make a plan. If you have kids together, it's not going to be so easy to just block a narcissist. Totally get that. Okay? So you do have to make up a plan. What exit strategy? Is that my computer? Hold on, I'll be right back. Actually, I'll just leave it. I want you to think about how you're going to leave this narcissist, and I want you to think about if you do have kids with them, what are some of the stipulations, what are some of the safety issues, things that you can make sure that you do so that you can actually go no contact. So like I said, it took me about a year and a half to go. Okay, hold on one second. I got to do something here. Sorry, my computer was making such a ratchet noise. It was like this like super loud beeping. Which video did you see that you liked? Oh my god, I didn't even know you were live. Did you think this was a video? I'm so live right now. Blocked him a month ago. So far safe from him. So okay, what was I saying? Trauma bond is crazy. I know, it's so crazy, isn't it? It's a Santa pic for me. Do you like it? My little kiddos. Especially the one crying. Okay, we got a group coaching. Somebody purchased the group coaching. I got you, girl. So if you do want to if you do want to join group coaching, make sure that you get your ticket. It's $25. It's 90 minutes. I urge you to get your comfies on, get a snack, get real cozy, and bring a box of tissues, maybe even a glass of wine or a bottle. It's a really nice night. It's a really great evening for people, survivors, to get together and share. And it's important that we share in community. Who here is healing from narcissistic abuse? Hands up if you are currently healing right now. Yes, I saw that come in. Hey, Sheldon, how's it going? Who here is healing from narcissistic abuse? Put your hand up if you are. If you're healing from narcissistic abuse, there are 3 aspects of healing that I find to be very important. There's definitely more. What time does the group coaching run, Chloe? It is 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, so you'll have to just check that. But when you do sign up on the link in my bio, it actually picks the time. Once you pick the date, October 23rd, it tells you what it is in your time zone. So it'll tell you exactly when it is in your time zone, wherever you are in the world. It's a long battle. Right? And do we ever stop healing? The answer is no, we don't. Thank you for the love badge. Megan's in the house. So anyone who's healing, I want you to know something. Hey girl, no, we don't stop healing. There is this notion that there is this unhealed version of people and this version that are healed. And that the two is one superior and one's, inferior. And that these two types of people, you can either be one or the other. And thank you for the cap, love. That we need to be healed in order to date again. That we need to be fully healed in order to step out into the world and do things again. We need to be healed to be talking about our healing and being out on social media. We need to be healed. That is a myth. That's a lie. That is unpopular opinion. That is not what healing is. Healing is not a destination. Healing is a direction. That's why we call it a healing journey. The journey is about the journey. It's about the path that we walk. It's about where we go, the steps we take. It's not about getting there. It's not about that we've arrived. And where do we arrive? Where do we even end up? Healing is growing. Healing is learning. What you're doing right now is learning. One of the 3 aspects of healing from narcissistic abuse is the learning. The healing starts with you. So what you want to do is you want to tell yourself and make sure that you give yourself grace. You be kind to yourself. You allow yourself to heal the way you heal. Whether it's slow, whether it's up and down, upside down. Whether it's fast or slow, whether it's all over the place. It's a roller coaster. Healing is a roller coaster. Sometimes it feels like you've taken 10 steps back, right? It's a big misconception. We do heal forever. Think about the wounds that we suffered. Think about where we actually get hit by narcissistic abuse. Who here has felt like they couldn't even explain the type of pain? Thank you so much for the cap. That they couldn't explain the type of pain they felt when hit with narcissistic abuse. Who here has felt that? Let's do these caps, I guess, as a goal, since I'm getting them. Because we got the narc free hat, and if you want to get this hat, go to the link in my bio and purchase it. So anybody who is still feeling that, right? that kind of pain, you can't actually describe that kind of pain to anybody, because that pain is undescribable, much like the abuse was undescribable. Can you start healing if you're still living with a narcissist? Absolutely. You just have to practice harm reduction and make a plan to leave. Make a plan to leave that narcissist if you can. I have clients who literally book with me and they go in their car and they talk to me while the narcissist is at work, just in case the narcissist comes home. Make sure that you're away from that narcissist because you still live with them. So yeah, it's definitely possible to be healing. You're still a survivor of narcissistic abuse, even if you're still with the narcissist. Why? Because you're surviving every day. Every day you're surviving, right? So you have to be in this place where you're you're kind to yourself. You're practicing self-love and self-care, right? How do you plan to leave? If you want to book a session with me, I do one-on-one coaching as well as group coaching. I do talk a lot about exit strategies in my content. So if there's something that you, hey, what's up? Gee, the gringo, give me the likes. Thank you. If you do want to talk a little bit about exit strategies more personal to you, then I would urge you to reach out to me, because I can give you personalized advice. It's really hard for me to give a personalized message in a live because I talk very generically. So everything that I'm saying is like pretty generic information that can apply to anybody. But if you have a specific situation that you'd like me to give you clarity on and be able to give you access to see it. So there's this thing here. Thank you. Yeah, you can listen in. There's this thing here that happens when your eyes are opened to the truth. Thank you. Right? You're blind right now. You're in cognitive dissonance. This is the term that's sometimes used. And a lot of people who are talking about narcissistic abuse will maybe throw the term around, but I'm going to explain it to you. Cognitive dissonance is really just a literal mind fuck. It's your brain is confused. It's all it is. So if you ever hear that term, it's a mind fuck. But what happens in cognitive dissonance is that we have these like thoughts that don't match, and usually it happens because of the cause of a narcissist. So a narcissist will tell you, I love you. You're the most important thing to me. I will protect you forever. You're my soulmate and the love of my life. Okay, that's what they say, right? But what do? They cheat on you. They lie to you. They steal from you. They exploit you. They use you. They manipulate you. They're out there doing all these dirty things while they're telling you they love you. And not only did they say they were going to protect you, they are the most dangerous person in your life that you need protection from. That shit don't match up, does it, right? That's cognitive dissonance. If that's not a mind fuck, I don't know what is. That's a literal mind fuck. But what do we do as human beings who need to survive? We need to feed ourselves with the good shit. So we will feed ourselves with the I love yous, and then they're just here to protect me, because that feels so good. It doesn't feel good to be cheated on, does it? It doesn't feel good to be lied to. It doesn't feel good to find out that the person you thought you loved is a liar. It doesn't feel good to have somebody use you and exploit you and only use you to benefit them. And then when they get what they want, they fucking discard you. That doesn't feel good, does it? That shit sucks. But we don't want to feel that or have that. That's traumatizing, yeah. We want, yes, if you like the cap, it's linked in my bio. You can get it. We don't want that. We don't want this person we're afraid of. We don't want this person we need protection from. We want what they promised us, which is that they will protect us forever. We don't want this person that cheats on us and lies to us and steals from us. We want this person who said they loved us. I did not see your question, Heather. So I don't want to have this guy in my life that's lying to me and cheating on me. He promised me that he loves me. So what do we do in cognitive dissonance when we're having this mind fuck? How do we figure that out? Cognitive dissonance is a mind fuck. Something's happening over here. The actions over here don't match. But we don't want this. We want this. What do? We bridge the gap. We try to close this disconnect. The cognitive dissonance is a disconnect of thoughts, and all we are trying to do is close it. Why would she go on social media just so that she could see? That is a question that I would suggest you reach out to me, because it's a really personal question, and it's something that you could really handle in coaching, because this is more of a generalized live. So what we want to do is we want to take those two thoughts and we want to connect it. We want to bridge that gap. How do we do that? We make up an excuse. That's how we bridge the gap, because it feels more comfortable to be in that love, that person who we really felt good with, and it feels better. And this is how we survive. So how do we bridge the gap? We make up excuses. We can't help it. We're conditioned to do this. We make up excuses. They had a bad childhood. We make up excuses. He just drank too much tonight. We make up excuses. Well, I was really insecure. He's right. I'm pretty jealous. We make up excuses. He had a really bad day at work. Right? We make up excuses. She has a really awful relationship with her mom. She's just taking it out on me. We make up excuses. And the only way that we feel good about all the shit that they do to us, and that we feel good, we believe the good stuff they told us, he's just under a lot of stress, is we bridge that gap with an excuse. And this is where we turn to ourselves for the blame. And sometimes by the end of these relationships, we blame ourselves. We say, I wish that, I was not so codependent, or I wish that I had a better childhood too, or, I wish I was stronger. It's not your fault, okay? I want you to know that the reason why we do this is because we have to do it to survive. The only reason why we're bridging gaps is because of that survival instinct. We need to feel good. He's stressed. He's tired. His back is hurting. So many excuses. And the more we give the narcissist excuses, the more we tell other people in our life the excuses, like our family members, our friends who are like, what the fuck is up? Right? How did we stay with this person for so long if we were always sticking up for them and defending them? Then we get further into the hole of blame. We blame ourselves. And we shame ourselves for staying with this person for so long. We don't have to do that, right? What I want you to do is understand that cognitive dissonance and this confusion is a real thing. You stood up for yourself and you felt guilty and you made him feel bad. Isn't it funny that we feel bad for the narcissist making us feel bad about something they did to make us feel bad? Isn't that interesting? My God, I've spent the last hour crying. I'm 10 months away, but I still feel like I love him. Yeah. So this is why it's so important to go no contact. I'm proud of you for anyone who has gone no contact, 15 days. Very, very proud of you. What happens when you go no contact? You build the muscle and the strength to stick up for yourself. You build the muscle and the strength to be in this position where you can take your power back. You miss them less when you're no contact. And what is no contact? Blocking is the number one thing we need to do to go no contact. We have to block them. If you cannot block them, make a plan to block them and get yourself a goal. Even if it's a year and a half. It took me a year and a half to block the narcissist that I married. Right? How can you go no contact when you have kids together? It takes time. It takes planning. I have 3 kids. 3 beautiful little kids with the narcissist that I married. And I went no contact with him on December 18th, 2021. I left that man November 15th, 2019. It took me that long to go no contact. It is possible, but it is not easy, okay? So you do need to make a plan. You can do it. Anything you put your mind to, you can do it. Thank you for the likes, guys, and thank you for sharing the live. I stay on for 1 hour, so I'll be on for another 20 minutes. But I want to give you some clues, some tips, some ways that you can block the narcissist. First, I wanted to tell you what exactly happens when you block the narcissist and how to do that, and what happens when you go no contact. Yes, you can. Yes. Hey, that's my mom right there, guys. So I want you to think about what happens when you go no contact. This person no longer has access to your life, right? There's no way that they can, if you block them and they can't get a hold of you, then they're not getting any supply from you. You're not feeding them. If there's a smear campaign happening, you won't know about it. So it doesn't matter because you're no contact. No contact just doesn't mean blocking them, guys. You can block. Mama Rose in the house. There's my mom in the house. Yes. Blocking them isn't just about their phone number and their email. Don't look at their social media. A narcissist will perfectly craft their social media for you to see it. Every post with their new supply on a beach vacation, enjoying the sun, being like, we're the best couple in the world. Everything they buy, everything they do, if they're out there looking happy, that's for you. That's not because they're proud of their life and they're cool. They're hurting inside. A lot of the happiest people on the planet don't post their happiness all over social media. They're not really happy because they weren't happy with you. People don't change just like that. They were exactly who they were when they met you. They are a narcissist when you found them. And they are still a narcissist today. They're never going to stop being a narcissist. Okay? So you have to block. I wish I could have clipped that last minute for my friend, right? Well, I do have all of these lives are actually posted on YouTube. So if you ever are interested in any of my lives, you ever want to watch the full versions of them, you can go on YouTube and subscribe to my channel and watch them. The lives are called Real Talk with Ro, and I also have them on a podcast. So if you just want to have them listen to parts of these lives, they're also on my podcast. So my girlfriend doing what she can to get a reaction, even saying she's gone somewhere that I took her. Yeah, so narcissists aren't really creative. They're not that creative, and they also want to abuse you while they're manipulating the new supply by love bombing them. So everything you've ever wanted from that narcissist, they're going to go do with the new supply. They're going to go out there on that beach vacation to Jamaica that you always wanted to go to. They're going to be giving that narcissist the bag that you always, or that new supply, the bag that you were saving up for and wanted. They're going to do all the things that you've wanted to do, that they promised you that they would do, but just decided not to because they wanted to manipulate you. Do my kids still see my ex? Yes. Yeah, he has them every week. Dog whistling, anything for negative, positive attention, smear campaign, even left me homeless. I'm sorry to hear all of that. Even the car you wanted. Yeah, they're going to do that just so that you feel like, well, it must have been me. I'm the problem. I must have been the problem. Because look how happy they are with that new supply. Look how happy they are. So what happens when you block them, guys? You don't get to see any of that. You don't have to see that. You don't have to check in on them. They want you to. They want to see you visibly hurt, right? They want to see you feeling the pain. Even if they know that you watch their if you watch their story and they see that you watch their story, they're going to be like elated to the moon, feeling like on top of the world because they saw that you watched their story. Right? Do all of them cheat? I believe that all of them cheat. Yes, I do. Why? Because there's 9 behavioral traits of a narcissist. One of them is entitlement. Entitlement means that they don't believe the rules apply to them. Even when they made up the rules, they don't believe, they have this double standard that they're above the law, above everything else, above honor, above fidelity, above any type of loyalty, right? And they also have object permanence. So you could be outside of the house and that you no longer exist. No, I don't have a wife. She's not even here. I don't see her. Right? They do feel above the law. That what they're doing is they feel entitled to you. They feel entitled to your body. They feel entitled to your money. They feel entitled to your time. They feel entitled to your experience, all of your values. They own it. You belong to them. Every part of you. So you're my toy. It's okay. I'm entitled to you. But I'm also entitled to everything else. And the double standards are real when it comes to a narcissist. So yes, do all narcissists cheat? I believe they do. Maybe you just don't know it. Maybe it's not fidelity. Maybe they're cheating the system. Maybe they're stealing from you. Maybe they're cheating their way up to that promotion, right? Thank you for the second subscription. And maybe, the narcissist that I married would cheat at Monopoly. He would cheat at Scrabble. He'd be looking in the bag, looking for letters. Because they don't care about the rules. How many casinos did he get kicked out of for cheating? They don't care about the rules. And the one thing that I can say about narcissists, if you are ever asking yourself, why? Why do they do that? Why do they do what they do? Why? A really amazing book that is linked in my bio, Why Does He Do That? By Dr. Lundy Bancroft, gives you the different types of psychopaths and different types of narcissistic abusers in men and gives you a good answer of why they do that. Hey, Dean. But if I was to give you one answer to why do they do what they do, the reason why, now, first of all, where do I purchase a hat like this? Go to the link in my bio under merch, and you can buy this exact hat. The reason why they do what they do is for one simplified reason. And just so you know, where it comes from you asking that question is because you would never do that. The reason why you ask that is because you could never do anything like that. It's weird to us when we think about the shit that they do. It's weird to us, right? It's really hard to recognize because it's something that we don't live with. We don't live and operate that way. A lot of us do have some narcissistic traits, great, but we don't go doing this in a pattern. And we're not out here hurting people to benefit us. It doesn't feed us. It feeds a narcissist. So the reason why they do what they do is so simple, and it's 3 words. I've said it before in my lives. Anyone who's an OG here, what is it? 3 words. Why do they do the shit that they do? We also adapted them to survive. Exactly. To know how much they can get over us. Yeah, that's one thing. Why do they lie to us? Why do they cheat on us? Because they can, yeah? Past childhood trauma? We allow it? Hell no. 3 words. Because they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They literally don't care. Guys, they don't care. They seriously don't care. A child doesn't really care, right? Because they're still learning about caring. They're still learning about empathy. A narcissist is a narcissist because of a lack of emotional regulation as a child. That is what makes a narcissist a narcissist. It is 100% nurture over nature. They weren't born this way. They were neglected emotionally as a child and stunted in their development, meaning they're immature little shits. If a kid 3 years old went up to mom and said, "Mom, I want a snack," it doesn't matter if mom is tired, if mom is in the middle of cooking dinner, if mom is in the shower. If mom is laid up on the couch sick with the flu, that child doesn't give a shit. That child doesn't care. They're 3. Mommy, I want a snack. That's all they care about is the snack. They don't care if you're busy. She's 3. They don't have, a 3-year-old doesn't have empathy to be like, oh, mom's sick right now. She can't make me a snack. You know, that child is 3. A narcissist, turn this 3-year-old into a full-grown adult. The narcissist doesn't care. Turn that 3-year-old into an adult narcissist. And what happens to that adult when they want their snack? What's their snack? Their snack is their supply. They also have tantrums, just like a child does. And so what happens with this child when a child is growing up and starting to feel emotions as they're becoming like toddler into preschool age, into a school age, they're having these emotions and they're getting to this place where they're like, okay, I feel sad. Okay, I feel happy. All right, this is anger. And what they do in their emotion is they start feeling it and they start expressing it. And as their parents or their guardians or the people in their life that shape them, it is us as parents, it's our job to give them 3 things. They have to give them access to, I can't do that right now. No, sorry, Dean. They have to have access to label their emotion. The parent has to label that emotion. Oh, hey, Jimmy, guess what? You know, you're feeling sad right now. It's okay. I used to feel sad too. The second thing they need to do is let them feel that emotion and not suppress it and say, you're okay, you're okay, you're okay, you're fine. No, you're not sad, you're not sad, you're fine. So they have to A, label their emotion. They have to B, let them feel their feelings. And the third thing, C, is they absolutely have to let them regulate and help them cope and help them cope through that emotion and regulate it down. What narcissistic people have had a lack of in their childhood was feeling their feelings, or labeling their emotion, feeling their feelings and regulating that emotion, that feeling. They never had access. Their parent might have given them a candy and said, you're not sad. Stop yelling. Stop crying. Here's a candy. Stop crying. The child isn't old enough to say, but mommy, I'm sad. They weren't able to feel that emotion. This is how we learn to regulate our emotions. We grow up emotionally intelligent. We grow up emotionally developed. We grow up having access to identify our emotions because somebody taught us how to do it. And when a narcissist doesn't have any access as a child before they're a narcissist, because I mean, all children are really narcissists in a sense because they all carry the traits because they're not emotionally developed. When they're that young and they're learning how to regulate their emotions and they don't have that access to rely on the outside world, they don't rely on their parents or their guardians or their teachers or the people in their life that give them the access to feel their feelings and regulate their emotion and label it. When they can't rely on the outside world, you know who they rely on? Who do they rely on now? They rely on themselves. They become self-absorbed. They go inward and have to go inward and learn how to do that shit on their own without any support. Hi, Elle. Without any support, without any help. They have to go inward. They learn this behavior. They learn how to rely on themselves and suppress their emotion. They go, wow, I don't want to feel this. Most narcissists will put that emotion onto you and go, no, you got to feel that now. I don't want this. Ever have a narcissist walk in the room and say to you, why are you in such a bad mood? Why does your face look like that? Why are you so grumpy? Why are you so grumpy all the time? Why do you look like that? Right? Are you on your period or something? Did you take your medication? because they're in a bad mood and they don't want to feel that bad mood. They don't even know what that bad mood is. They're putting that onto you because it's easier for them to put that shit onto you because they don't know how to regulate their emotion. That's what makes a narcissist. I see you met my ex-wife. Right? So this is the reason why. This is why narcissists are the way they are. Okay? So now that we know this, now that we know that a narcissist is this way, and now that we know that they have to place their emotions on you, and now that we know, without being insulting, but now that we know that they are a child, now that we know that they are immature little shits that have these tantrums when they don't get their way, now that we know that, we can look at them that way. That is the new way that they occur to us. They occur to us as a toddler. And what happens when a toddler starts going off and doing whatever? Because they're a toddler, they don't care. They're saying some shit that don't make sense. They're getting mad at you because they didn't get their candy. They're blah, 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 blahing. What do we do with the toddler when they do that shit? Thank you for the cap. What do we do with a toddler? We treat them like we would treat a toddler. We go, okay. Thank you, Jimmy, for sharing that. You're gray rocking a toddler, guys. We're gray rocking the toddler. He's having a tantrum and we're gray rocking. We have to do this with a narcissist, okay? Narcissists are toddlers. 1 in 200 have this disorder? Okay. Fact check. How many of those are undiagnosed? Love you. Bingo. Right? So we have to look at these people like they're toddlers. We have to look at them like, hey, there's something that there's something you're lacking in. It's emotional regulation. It's emotional intelligence. And you're trying to put that emotion onto me because you're self-absorbed, because you didn't actually get the childhood that some of us got, which is having a place to regulate your emotion, feel your feelings, and label it. Nobody ever gave you that access. Nobody ever said, hey, Jimmy, you're feeling sad today. And I get it. I was sad too. Mommy gets sad all the time. Okay? Do you need to cry? Sometimes when I cry, I feel it. Do you want to write something down? Okay? Let's breathe together. That's what you do. You label their emotion. You tell them that they're sad. You let them feel their emotion. You cry with them if you need to. And you help them regulate it. A narcissist never got to do that. They grew up without those tools, without a parent or somebody in their life. It was more inconvenient for their parent to have them feel a feeling. So they give them a candy or they tell them to stop it. You're not crying. You're okay. Go sit down. Stop crying. And then they can't trust their parents. They can't trust the outside world. They go inward and they become self-absorbed. And this is why they don't care. This is the reason why they don't care, guys. Yes, I have no time to be his therapist. I need a partner. Yeah, you need an equal partnership. When we're talking, can narcissists learn to self-regulate? Narcissists can cope and compensate for their narcissism. Can they learn to self-regulate? Yes, that's from compensation. Can they change? Absolutely. Anybody can change. Do they want to change? Do they want to change? That is the real question. You have to start asking the right questions. Life begins when you start asking the right questions. Questions that start with a why, they get you nowhere. Start asking what. Start asking how. Start asking when. Stop asking why. Why gets you nowhere. Right? Life begins when you start asking the right questions. Very important to note, your partner is not your therapist. They're your support structure. Yes, they're your equal. A lot of the times, if narcissistic or toxic or not, a lot of times you see these relationships. Now, remember, when we go into relationship, we're going into a container. The container is the relationship, and we're going in 100%. we should be going in whole. Whether we don't feel whole or whatever, but we're going in as two complete people. And the container is what holds us. When the container breaks apart, the relationship breaks, you're not saying, oh, she took this from me and she took my self-worth and she took my, we're not saying that shit. Because what does a person take from you when they weren't really enmeshed with you, right? So when two people go into a relationship, they're whole and whole. Now, when you're in a relationship with someone who's toxic or a toxic person or a narcissist, there's going to be this power dynamic where you're feeling like you complete me. They're going to be love bombing you in the beginning. And then in this weird way around this cycle, they're going to start depending on you and you're going to depend on them. It becomes really codependent in a way. But also you're going to look at them in this like people pleasing place. Like you're going to want to impress them, please them, appease them. And maybe it's because you just want a good day with the narcissist because they're always so grumpy all the time and they're always devaluing you and abusing you. Or maybe you feel the need to belong. So you're going to keep doing these things to feel like you belong, right? And then what it becomes is a parent-child dynamic. It's not a relationship. It's, hey, can you let me out with the guys tonight? Hey, can I buy $5 cheese? It's, oh, don't be mad at me, but I want to share with you how I feel. It's a parent-child dynamic. It's this let sort of relationship where he lets me do this, she lets me do that. I'm allowed to do this, I'm allowed to do that. You should be allowed. You should just be. Yeah, I wasn't allowed to buy $5 cheese, you guys. And so if I'm in a relationship with a man who, by the way, is 3 years younger than me, and I'm married to him, and I'm asking permission to buy $5 cheese, that is a parent-child dynamic. That is not a relationship that we want when we are adults. We need equal partners, adult to adult, equal partners. We no longer have relationships anymore where we have to ask permission to do stuff. Things can have a conversation where we compromise and say, hey, there's this extra money that we have. Where should we spend it? Let's have a conversation about it. Or, hey, I'm thinking about this big purchase. What do you think about it? Or, hey, let's move to the city. Here's an opportunity here. Let's talk about it. No, that is not, that's compromise. This parent-child dynamic, this letting you do this, letting you do that, I need permission, that's fucking horse shit. We don't want that. Don't forget to love yourself. Yes. So way back to and I'm almost done the live. So way back to the very first thing I was going to say is we do need to block the narcissist because we do have a sense of power and strength when we do this. We get stronger the further away we are from the narcissist. The further away we are from the narcissist, the stronger we get. The stronger we get, the more confidence we have. The more confidence we have, the more we can trust ourselves to go out in the world and do things like date again, maybe. Hey, start a new business, right? Do something that's in full self-expression of ourselves. Be in a position of abundance. When we live free from chaos and we're done with all of this bullshit that the narcissist puts in our brain because it entertains us. Chaos is just a form of entertainment. So when a narcissist is, crossing all your boundaries, and a narcissist is doing all these, stalking behavior and harassing you and trying to fuck up your life. When a narcissist does all that, they're just creating chaos in your life. And when we're filled with chaos, we're entertained with that. We can't do anything. When we remove the chaos and block them, we have all this extra space up here, all this extra room to do shit with our lives. Like start businesses, make more money, monetize, find out what your passion is, what your goals are, what your dreams are. Start working towards that and start being in this place of abundance. We don't have to live in chaos anymore when we remove the narcissist. We are in active self-love. So the 3 things that we need to heal from narcissistic abuse. And if you're just tuning in here, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor of 15 years. And I'm also a certified life coach. I can help you heal from narcissistic abuse, come up with an exit strategy if you need it. Okay, I do group coaching as well as one-on-one coaching. The next one is October 23rd. I urge you, it's a great event. We go every month and we do it at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. You can go to the link in my bio and register for that. It always sells out and it is a lot of fun. So we go around in a circle, we chat, I facilitate it, we come up with a topic, and a lot of the times there's my little badge if anybody wants to subscribe. If anybody wants to be in that group coaching, it's just a drop-in, so you can just like kind of purchase the ticket as you go. And some of the other dates are there, but you can save someone, literally save someone's life by sharing. You know, you can actually say something about what you're going through and help somebody discover something, help somebody make a click, a connection, where they're like, holy shit, I didn't know that was a trauma bond. I didn't know that I was going through that too. So a couple things happen when we're in community. We feel not alone, right? We have this sense of, I was isolated for so long and now somebody else understands me. You gain friendships. You get validation for yourself. Community, that's number one. One of the 3 ways I believe healing from narcissistic abuse, one of the 3 things that we absolutely need to do. That's number 1. Okay. Number 2 is education and knowledge. Okay. Love community. Megan's all about the community. And if you want to be in the love community and get a love badge, make sure to hit that star and subscribe. But knowledge and awareness. Check out the books that I have linked in my bio under books recommended by Coach Ro. Why does he do that? And Psychopath Free, game changer. When I read those books, I understood what I was going through and who I was dealing with. When you can dissect the relationship that you were in and understand what happened to you, you get a sense of clarity and knowledge. I also do this in coaching. So again, I am a certified life coach. If you want to book a session with me, you can go to the link in my bio and book a session. Just takes you right to my calendar. It goes into your time zone, so you can pick a time that works for you. Follow the steps and you can book a time to meet with me face-to-face on a Zoom call. What I do is I take your whole situation and I assess it from a place of love, from a place of no judgment, from a place of nothing. I don't bring my own personal thoughts and opinions into it. I look at it from your perspective. Something you probably never experienced with a narcissist because they have a limited perspective of a robot. They don't want to see anything from your perspective because they're the only ones that matter, right? They don't care. So I will see things from your perspective, and I will not only do that, I will give you clarity and steps to move forward. I'm going to tell you exactly the steps that you need to do to get there. I'm not going to do it for you or make decisions for you. I'm not going to hold the wheel, but I will hold your hand and I'll guide you through it. This is what I do in coaching. Okay? Education, knowledge, awareness. That is number 2. And number 3, and probably the most important thing. Okay? Community, knowledge. And I talk about number 3 all the time. What is it, guys? What is it? What is it? Whoever I'm not following, if you can say it in the chat, I'm going to follow you back right now. What is it, guys? Number 3. Whoever gets it gets a follow back. Self-care. Ernest, Alexander, you get a follow back, my friend. Self-care. Self-care. Ernest got his follow back. Self-care, guys. We need to practice self-love and self-care. How do you get a one-on-one? Melanie, you can go up to my bio under you can go up to my bio under coaching and you can pick a coaching session that works for you and it'll just take you right to the time and you can pick a time that works. Self-care is so important. Self-care and self-love. Self-care is the act of self-love. I have a hoodie downstairs in the dryer. It says love is a verb. So if you want to take a look at some of the merch that I have, we have narc free hats. We've got love is a verb on hats, as well as on shirts and hoodies. I'll wear it on my next live. And love is a verb, meaning that love is how we show up for ourselves. Love is how we show up. Love isn't just what we say. Love is what we do, right? Love is a verb. A narcissist is really good at telling you that they love you. I love you. You're my soulmate. Let's move in together. You're my soulmate. We're in love at first sight. They're so good at that shit, right? They're going to tell you they love you till the cows come home, but are they going to show it to you? No. They're going to cheat on you instead. They're going to lie to you instead. They're going to manipulate you instead, because that's just the game to them. That's manipulation. It's actions over words. You know it, Elle. So when we show ourselves love, we don't just go in the mirror and go, I love you. I love you today, Ro. I love you today. We don't do that. That's not how we show self-love. That's not how we practice self-love. A lot of people talk about self-love. What is it? Self-love isn't just saying, I love myself today. It's self-care. That's how we show ourselves love, is by self-care, right? We have to show ourselves love by self-care. I love you today, Michelle. We have to. Ooh, thank you for the cap. And if we are able to show ourselves love by self-care, then we're in practice of self-love, okay? So what are some things that we can do for self-care? If you're stuck and you need some ideas, I have a digital download on the link in my bio called 31 Ways to Practice Self-Care. And that can get you started, right? But self-care doesn't mean you just get your nails done and your hair did. Get yourself in a bubble bath. That's not what self-care always is. It can be, for sure. But self-care is anything that you get to do to put yourself first. Self-care is blocking that narcissist. Ooh, look at the watermelons. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I love those watermelons. Self-care is blocking the narcissist. That could be your very first act of self-care, guys. That could be your first act, meaning it's your first act of self-love. Blocking the narcissist is self-care. Going no contact is self-care. Therapy can be self-care. Meditation can be self-care. Going to the gym and working on that dump truck, that's self-care. Going for a drive, listening to your favorite tunes, self-care. Binge watching your favorite show on Netflix, self-care. You know, organizing your closet if that's your thing, self-care. Love you, girl. That's all self-care. So being calm, being in practice of self-care is doing it for you. And if you coach with me, I give you an extra special little tip on what to do when you're in those moments of self-care. What do you do? So if you do want to coach with me, my name is Ro, narcissistic abuse survivor, and I'm also a certified life coach, and you can work with me one-on-one on 30-minute sessions or 60-minute sessions. But some tips on self-care. There's also the digital download. And it's not only just doing things for you. There's something very specific that you need to be doing. And anybody who's coaches with me, don't say it. Don't tell them what it is, okay? Because I know there's some people of mine in here that I've worked with before. Don't tell them, but there's a specific little extra step that shifts you and takes you to the next level in your self-care that really gives you a practice of self-love. And the only way we can heal from narcissistic abuse is to love ourselves again, because we were stuck loving a toxic person. We were stuck loving a narcissist, and you cannot love a narcissist and yourself at the same time. You can't love someone toxic and also love yourself. That does not exist. You got to choose one. We can pay for one more time. Can we pay for one more time? I have to go, guys. I really appreciate you guys. I want you to sign up for the group coaching. I will go on live again. I only go on for an hour, so I was really only going to stay on till 9:35, but I stayed on for another 11 minutes. You put yourself first. Always choose you. You cannot love yourself and a toxic person at the exact same time. Always choose you. Exactly. Okay? I want you all to have a great night. Sign up for group coaching. It's on October 23rd, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can go to the link in my bio and book it. If you want to just work with me one-on-one, you can work with me one-on-one 30 minutes or 60 minutes. I also have merch, so if you want to be in the narc-free Rollercoaster crew, get yourself a hat, a mug, a tumbler. You can get a shirt, a hoodie, and get in that crew. And then when you're in the live or in the group coaching with me, we can all see our roller coaster gear on. And then I also have some really amazing events coming up. So some of my friends of mine who have webinars and other resources, that's all on the link in my bio. If you want to even check out the narcavengers.com website, I'm part of the Narc Avengers, which is a group of other creators that talk about narcissistic abuse. They're psychologists. Some of us are coaches. Some of us are even self-aware narcissists. And we talk about this in this platform. So if you want to see what we have going on, we also have meet and greets where we're meeting people in person. I'm going to Toronto in November to meet some people who are followers of mine, who are also healing clients of mine. The next one that's coming up is in Austin, Texas in October. So if you do want to know how to get tickets and how to meet some of the Narc Avengers myself, you live in Toronto, Barbie, I'll be there. If you want more information on that, go check the link in my bio or just check out Narc Avengers. Look at the hashtag, look at the content and some of the creators that are on that hashtag, or even just check out the website, narcavengers.com. And right now I'm located actually in Alberta. So I live in Calgary. So I love these people who just easily get blocked. Blocking before I go. So thank you all for being here. Let's stay narc free. And before I leave, I want you to remember something, okay? Who is free? Who is free from narcissistic abuse? If you're free, pop your date in the chat. Put your date in the chat. I do have moderators in here. Pop your freedom date in the chat. I'll tell you mine. It is November 15th, 2019. March 2022. We got May 28th. Awesome. Put your freedom dates in the chat. I'm going to tell you something while you're putting your freedom dates in the chat. Anyone who doesn't have a freedom date yet or doesn't know if they have a freedom date, I want you to remember something. You will have a freedom date because you're here in this live right now. You will be free from a narcissist. I promise you. You put your mind to something, you'll get it. I promise you. Okay? Take a look at all these dates, and this is your inspiration. This is your sign that you will get out. What you're dealing with right now is temporary. Right? What you're dealing with right now isn't going to last. This pain that you're in ends. Hold on, pain ends. That's what hope stands for. So have hope that it's going to end. And remember this, for everyone who is free. Even your worst day on the side of freedom, it'll still be far better than the best day you ever had with that narcissist. Okay, freedom is always better. So, snaps to every one of you all. Let's stay narc free. And thank you so much for being here. Bye, guys.